Maybe we are all chasing the wrong things. The money, the status, the perfect partner. Does having it all make us happier? Actually, does happiness even matter, since it's just one of the fleeting emotions? Let's find out. Hello, my name is Venus. I'm a music therapist based in Sydney. On this channel, we explore the evidence-based tools and experiments on both myself and on my clients that will make well-being fun and simple for busy people like you. Let's be honest, when we talk about well-being or generally just feeling better in life, it's rarely about pleasure. We actually want to feel fulfilled and content. But then, what is this whole grinding and wanting more about? Let's quickly define happiness. We generally measure happiness based on the obvious metrics, for example, the amount of money sitting in my bank account and the job title. Basically, money and status. But we might be paying attention to the wrong signals. These obvious, socially accepted, and easily quantifiable signals have nothing to do with how happy or how content you feel. See, happiness is fleeting, just like any other emotion. And it's hard to measure. As humans, we are inclined to look for the quantifiable things, hence the net worth, the sport cars, and the number of mansions that you have. But this is where the problem is, the hedonic treadmill. Our standards just keep rising. 10 years ago, we were happy with a basic Nokia phone. But today, we can't accept a phone with just the basic call function. And when we keep chasing, comparing, and wanting more, what does that leave us with? Feeling unhappy and unsatisfied. Instead of chasing for more, maybe it's time to tune inwards for our real needs, which is our values. This is why we should focus on living our lives based on our true values instead of chasing after whatever happiness that you think you deserve. Everything is subjective. You won't be happy living in a spacious townhouse if you're surrounded by mansions everywhere. You won't feel anything in your sports car if all your neighbors drive the same model. Comparison is the thief of joy. But when we focus on our values, our guiding principles, and what actually fulfills us, we see our life from different perspectives and we play a different game. The only competition is with our old selves, not with others. And that's the first step of reclaiming our joy. So let's ditch the obvious metrics, the bank account balance, the market value of your house, etc. Let's find the hidden metrics that better inform how happy we are. First step, redefine your values. What do you actually care? What helps you make decisions? And what do you live by? Take a look of my Q4 2023 values here. I prioritize growth, excellence, and freedom. I define each of the values I picked and I try to align my behaviors to become that version of myself. That might mean that I give the first and the last hour to myself. I work out, I nourish myself well, and I read a lot. I try to sleep well and bring the best as much as I could in different scenarios, like in my work, in my workout, and how I show up with other people. And every day I journal so that I could reflect on what I think about and how I can move away from the society script. I know it's hard. These are all heavy questions when we think about what we really value. But I promise you, it's worth spending some time to figure that out. It will bring more return on investment than chasing after what everyone else wants blindly. Find out what you want. And also, your values might change over time, but that's okay. In this step, you're acknowledging your real needs in this particular season. You are finding out your true desires and how you want to show up in this world. You are shredding your old self and on the path to a more sustainable lifestyle. Second step, set questions and benchmarks. After you define your guiding principles, you want to quantify how well you stick to those somehow. You can track them weekly, monthly, however you want to do it. There are also some qualitative questions you can ask yourself every month as well. For me, the questions I asked myself last quarter might be, am I living to my true potential? Is my work meaningful? Which means, am I impacting people? And do I get energized by people around me? I'll give you examples on how I quantify my values in just a second. The third step is to track your behaviors. Are you really doing what you set up to do? Tracking raises your awareness of how you live your life. A simple way to track your behavior is to look at your color-coded calendar. You can see where you spend most of your time and energy in. To me, I expected to see a whole page of gray, which means personal development and my own business, green, which means on my career, and some pink and red, which means when I hang out with other people. And there are a whole bunch of other stuff that I track. For example, one of my core values last quarter was excellence. That means I want to push through mental barriers. So the things I track will be the number of good sleep that I had, my RPE, the number of good energy days on my journal, and the growth of muscle mass, etc. And if your core value is building a career, that might be the number of client retention, the number of traffic on your website, and the number of positive feedback that you received. Another simple way to track how happy you are is to do the opposite. Look at how empty your calendar is, because the emptier your calendar, the more space you have to fill up with things that you actually enjoy. You do you. And I think tracking your sleep, your RPE, and how satisfied you are with your relationships are actually the better metrics that indicate how well I'm living my life. Because I know that as long as I'm ticking those boxes 80% of the time, I will be optimizing performance, which in turn will help me achieve my goals and reach my full potential, and in general become the version of myself that I always envisioned to be. And the best part of tracking all this, you're only competing with yourself. Step 4. Update your values every 90 days. Because you're a changed person now, I reflect on my core values every quarter. I personally do yearly, quarterly, monthly, and weekly reflection, and I update my core values every 90 days. Because I acknowledge there are different seasons of life. For example, in this season, I'm prioritizing growing my career. That means I need to be okay with seeing people less. For example, if you just start a family, of course your values will change, or your time will be given to your kids. And in this step, you want to really just maintain this system and keep the self-awareness by tracking. Now, on to you. What are you going to do to boost your happiness and life satisfaction? Stop deferring happiness. Don't think that when I get X, you will be happy. It doesn't work. Start with being mindful about how you spend your time, who are you with, and whether you're living a life you won't regret. If you want to know how to make life more fun without dreading every single day, check out this video here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.